writing?
Professionally, I've been writing since 2010. I wrote while my husband was gone on a deployment. I wrote my first book, and it didn't sell because that happens. And then I wrote Full Measures, which is my first book that sold, and it published in 2014. But I've always written like since I was a kid. It's just I like to run away into my own head, put it that way.
When you write, do you listen to certain music in particular?
I make a playlist before I plot, and I listen to a lot of Taylor Swift and a lot of Halsey. It depends on the book and the vibe of the book, and then I switch over to white noise while I write.
Have particular places inspired you writing Fourth Wing?
Oh gosh, I get inspired everywhere I go. I've been lucky enough that I've lived all through in Germany and all over the U.S. because my parents were military and my husband's military. So I think everywhere I go inspires me.
What's the character in Fourth Wing that you find yourself the most in?
Probably Violet, just because I'm in her head so much and because she has my chronic illness. I had to work a lot to discover my own limits, and I did that through writing Violet.
Why did you start writing fantasy? Do you continue to write romance?
I've always written fantasy. My first book was a fantasy, but it didn't go anywhere. It's my favorite genre. It's my favorite genre to read, so it was my dream. And I will always write romance too. I'll go back and forth just because my brain likes that, and because I go character driven. So stories to me are about the characters. So I'd like to be able to go back and forth, and romance helps me do that.
You said you like fantasy. What's your favorite book?
Oh my gosh, I have a ton of them. I grew up reading like Mercedes Lackey and Marion Zimmer Bradley and Anne McCaffrey. And my favorite book changes all the time. Like, it depends on what I'm reading, right? What I'm reading. Right now I'm reading Written in the Holly Library by K.A. Lindy. I think it comes out next month. I have an arc because we're friends. And that's a perk of being a writer, is you get early books.
How do you organize yourself when you write? Do you like to make Pinterest boards or edits?
I don't. I mean, I do, but I don't. I'm sorry. I mean, I have one, but it all takes life in my head, and I plot on a giant board on the wall. So I write down all the scenes that I see in my head for the book. So if it's Fourth Wing, I'm writing down presentation, and I'm writing down everything that happens from the parapet, and I'm writing down just all the different scenes. And then I organize them on the table, and then I pin them up on the board in the order and structure of the plot. And I make sure there's no holes. It's all color-coded. I look, it's intense. It's intense. It looks intense. And for characters, when they come into my head, I write down everything about them on a sheet. It's the same sheet every time. It's their name, their siblings, what do they look like, what do they love, and they become a person in my head. So I have an entire book. It's a pink binder. It says Fourth Wing on it. It's in little sparkles because my husband put little sparkles on the Fourth Wing, and that's the Bible for the whole series.
Have you seen edits on social media about Fourth Wing?
I run away from myself at all times. So I see stuff on social media, but like I'm not on TikTok anymore. And if I see myself, I get an anxiety attack. So I scroll really fast. So I see some of them, they get sent to me, but not.
Isn't it too stressful to write the next books while knowing that everyone is waiting for them?
Yes. Yes. It's yes. It's lovely. I love knowing that everyone loves it, and I'm so humbled that everyone loves it, but I never expected it to be this. So it's a lot.
A lot of pressure.
Do you plan to write a book about the past of the oldest characters of Fourth Wing, like the parents of the main characters?
Like a prequel?
I never say never, but I'm just trying to live through these 5 books right now. I'm just trying to survive and like raise my children while writing these 5, and then I will perhaps look around. But until then, just trying to live.
What's your favorite volume among the Fourth Wing saga?
Gosh, I mean, it's usually fourth wing because no one knew I was writing it. So there was no pressure and I just had fun. I got up every day and went and played with dragons. And now I'd probably say Onyx Storm because I get that same quiet writing it at the moment. But
So it's like always the upcoming one.
it depends, yeah. I love Iron Flame too, but I love whatever book I'm in. Because if you don't love the book you're in, it's not fun.
What's your favorite book among all the books you're writing so far?
No pressure. So it's either going to be Onyx Storm or it's going to be The Things We Leave Unfinished. That's probably my favorite one. I don't know why. It's very special to me. So I love that.
What's your favorite stage of the writing process?
I honestly love the first round of editing. I love the first round of editing when the draft is complete and I can look at the book as a whole and dig in and start layering in the Easter eggs and layering in the finer plot points to make it all come together. That's usually, I hate my edit letter. It makes me mad. But then I'm like, yes, fine, you're right. Because, no one likes to be told they're wrong. And then I love the editing.
Have you always wanted to be published by a publishing house?
Yes and no. I've done it both ways. I think it's great to be tried. They do traditional publishing does a lot of things I can't do as a self-published author, and it's also fun to have all of the control when you're self-published. There's no right or wrong way to publish a book. It all depends on what is right for that book and what is right for that author and the headspace they're at the time.
What's your favorite thing about being an author?
I love that my kids are in college in LA, in Los Angeles, in New York, and when they go out, they will take pictures of my books and send them to me. And it's like I'm saying hi to them, even though they are so far away. So I know that's small, because it's my family, but that's probably my favorite moment is when they send me pictures and it's like I'm saying hi.
And this book is so cute. Look.
Do you plan to have your books, romance novels or fantasy, adapted into films or series?
So Fourth Wing is going to be a television series. I think everyone knows that. Yes. It was bought by Amazon Studios and Michael B. Jordan's Outlier Society. And I'm really excited. They're very protective of the source material.
If I may, you're producer on it.
Yeah. I'm an EP on it.
So you put the pressure on yourself now?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
But I think the team knows. They know how much you guys love the book, and they know what you guys love about the book, and they have worked so hard to make sure. I mean, they've already, without saying too much, I'm like Tom Holland over here. They've already done so much work to make sure that the vision that is the book and what you guys love about the book will be moved into the show. That I feel very safe with them.
Okay.
They're very careful with it, I promise. Very, very careful. They know.
Okay.
And they've come to signings. So the team that's producing it has been to the Los Angeles signings to see the readers, to see what you guys love about the show. So they know. You guys
Did
know.
you choose the actors for the cast or the movies?
I'm the last question.
You should try it.
I know, gosh. No. And I'm so far removed from that process. It's kind of my hope they choose unknown actors and actresses, especially because they're 20, right? I'm removed from that part of the process. I'm excited to see who they come up with. I just hope they honor the integrity of who the characters are.
Thank you very much for the short interview. Thank you so much. Already for this time. You can have a